Hello and welcome back to Talking Hats.
I'm Old Man Wolfie.
And I'm Monty Squiggs. And yeah, we're not dead. I know we say that a lot. We really should just do a ghost stream at some point.
Just go.
Let's go meta. Let's just go straight meta.
Let's go straight meta. This channel is not dead. We're not dead. We're
limping.
We're limping. As you saw in my other video, my brief update video, we lost a cat right after DragonCon. So that's why we didn't do a DragonCon video, because realistically that took the wind out of our sails, something fierce.
And then I had to run up for a funeral of a friend after that, so
during which we had a cat that needed dental work. One of our other cats needed dental work, so we've been literally
It's been one thing after another, and work, for whatever reason, has been crazy for me lately.
Yeah, I know. And because my work schedule keeps me from working 3 days, there you go.
Yeah.
It keeps me from... I can't record. There are 3 days I absolutely cannot record.
Right.
Because I'm at work.
We could record at work, but that
would be bad.
That would be for YouTube After Dark.
Yeah, definitely. So, here's the rundown of conventions. Well, ZenkaiCon, we did that.
We did it.
It happened. It'll
be the last. It is the last one.
Yeah.
For reasons.
We'll go into that in some point in the future, but right now...
Yeah, when it's less biting and we don't want to speak ill of...
Yeah, these are our friends. I mean, these people are still our friends.
Yeah.
It's not like we're like we hate the con or anything. We're just like...
Yeah, we'll probably do like a Saturday visit to future Zenkai Cons, or if we're really lucky, present Zenkai Con.
Or, the other option, one of the other things I was thinking we could do a live stream from Ursa Lunar down the street from... We're probably still gonna go.
We'll go. We'll see what it is afterwards. We'll go smoke at our favorite hookah lounge.
We'll explain the whole reason, the other rigmarole around that. But that's coming. That'll come after we discuss. Okay, so DragonCon happened.
Yes.
And this DragonCon was weird.
It was weird. It was Safi's first con. Her and her boyfriend.
The Shadow managed to survive.
Yep, they survived. They Shadow only broke a little, but Corey, Safi held out.
Yep, she held out very, very well. And the con, the weather was not kind this year. It was
not as bad as a few years ago where it was just oppressively hot, but all the same.
Yeah, it was kind of.
I don't like hot weather on a good day.
So we did spend a lot of time hiding in our hotel room, or just going out to places to eat, which
you should not do.
Yeah, I think I blew almost as much money on food as I did on stuff.
No, really, we should plan out DragonCon as a fasting weekend.
Yeah, just like. Well, we eat one big meal. We have
the
Fogo de Chao,
the pre-con load up, and then we plan out. Okay, this is what we'll do for coffee and small calorie things. No full meals after that.
So, but that was DragonCon was fun. It was still fun.
Oh yeah, it's always fun.
There's no such thing as a bad DragonCon.
Yeah, really. A bad DragonCon is still a fun DragonCon.
Right. There were so many disasters too. The pie dispensing, which was
it happened.
It happened, but
barely.
Yeah, we spilled probably a half gallon of pie in the hotel.
Yeah, at least.
The dispenser had a major catastrophic malfunction.
Completely, we couldn't use it. We had a little cooler with a spout. We were walking around with that, so we dispensed, but not in the fancy backpack way.
But yeah, that was just things kept. Everybody was having a bad year. It was just an off year.
But it was an off year, but at least we were still able to be there for our many pie fans at DragonCon, and that's why we do it.
Especially our repeat fans, because we had a couple of people who came back and,
Oh, yeah. And, our first pie fan, she brought her friends over and have their pie. It's amazing.
Exactly.
And so it's great seeing that.
It was a good con. Even despite all the heartaches, despite what happened right afterwards, because that does take the shine off of it.
Yeah, it's like I should be excited, but I can't be.
We got to do one of the interesting things. There were a lot of things that we got to do that were interesting, like the Overwatch payload tour.
Yeah, the Overwatch payload. We should really
upload the videos.
You
gotta upload the video to the site. You'll see.
It's kooky and silly, but whatever.
Yeah, whatever. We did. One of the things is that I got a lightsaber this year, which is actually kind of funny because
another lightsaber.
Well, I only have two. Goodness gracious, not like I have a dozen of the damn things. The thing about this lightsaber was funny was that it was a blind box from Ultra Sabers, and we decided I was like, okay, I have a little bit of extra money. I'm going to buy this, and as I'm in line to buy this thing, I'm looking at the lightsabers and I'm going, this orange one kind of sucks. I hope I don't get an orange blade. That would really, any other color but orange, please. So what do I open up? As I open up a lightsaber, of course, it's an orange lightsaber. I was orange blade lightsaber, but a black handle. And it was, I think, Cubby, who actually at some point goes, oh, look, the Philadelphia Fusion colors. And I'm like, so that's why I got this.
I love this now.
Yeah, I love this now. This is my lightsaber now.
It's my little asshole stick.
Yeah, it's my little asshole stick, yes. It's like...
Where's the big asshole stick?
If it weren't for the fact that it's mine, I would totally give it to Gritty. Here, Gritty. This is a gift. I present to you a lightsaber. A Philadelphia Fusion lightsaber. But more on the Philadelphia Fusion later. We haven't gotten there yet.
And Gritty. We'll talk about that. If you're not a Philly local, you're not going to know who Gritty is.
Right. And
your life is less for it, but we'll get there.
But the thing is, okay, so DragonCon happened. We made it back okay. There were, aside from the cats, there was no major disasters afterwards. Except then I had my major computer failure. And then I did major computer upgrade. So we did that. That was
another reason why we weren't recording.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, we were also like, I had to recreate all the files. I had to find where all the files for the videos were. So I'm like, well, fuck everything. So, we did, DragonCon, sat there, recovering from grief, and then BlizzCon came. This is when...
I was in Boston at this point, so I was not live for BlizzCon, but I got to see, because he gets the
stream.
The stream ticket, so I got to see the stuff after the fact, not live.
But
lordy. Wow.
I mean, I have never... Admittedly, there was a BlizzCon 2 years ago or 3 years ago where I was kind of like, okay, I really felt like I didn't get my money's worth out of this ticket. And in a way, I think I did this year, but it was more for the comedy gold that was the Diablo Immortal announcement.
Not so much the announcement as what happened afterwards.
Don't you guys have phones?
I mean, there's putting your foot in your mouth, and then there's whatever he did, which was, I think, eat the whole damn leg.
I mean, yeah, he practically, he put his leg up he swallowed his leg up to his thigh.
Must have a wonderful gag reflex.
But I gotta say that, the other thing was, okay, so aside from that astounding shitstorm, because I cannot fathom what planet these people were on when they thought, oh yes, this is our hardcore PC gaming ground.
Whose bright idea was it?
Let's hold them up. Here's a phone game. Yeah,
Sure, announce it at the con, but you don't do it opening ceremonies. You don't do it expecting all the interaction of a main PC title coming out.
So, like, the announcements this year were kind of a mixed bag. I've definitely I liked Ash as a character for Overwatch. That's great.
But they didn't really have anything else.
It's like there's nothing. I mean, StarCraft and Diablo got shafted as far as I'm concerned. No matter how much one got ignored, one got one would have been better off ignored. Honestly,
one was ignored. One wished it was.
Yeah, one kind of wished it was. The Warcraft remastered announcement was probably the best thing in the show.
Yeah, that was cool looking.
World of Warcraft had actually a really, really good showing because they had some story content and interesting story arcs to bring into the next part of the expansion, and then, Here's the Storm had a new character announcement. This apparently was also the year of the white.
There might have been something about Hearthstone.
Yeah,
I don't know.
The Hearthstone new expansion announcement was great, except for the fact that we had to watch it after they had to redo it again because the sound cut out. This was a year. Oh my goodness!
More technical difficulties. Come on, you're a tech company. You should know better.
You're in Silicon.
They're not in Silicon Valley, right, but they're not far from it.
Yeah, you're like you have.
They're neighbors.
They're Blizzard, and they have more money than God. Well, they did anyway. But the thing is that there were so many weird technical glitches. The opening ceremonies, during the Hearthstone panel, the actual speakers weren't the audio wasn't coming through at all, and I'm not entirely sure the audio was going through the microphone to the audience. So they cut to the Overwatch announcement, and the thing is that you can tell it was like this weird jumble of we don't know what to do next if anything goes wrong.
It was Code Kermit behind the scenes, I'm sure.
What was weird was that it seemed like they had no contingency plan in place. It seemed like they had no backup. They were flying by the seat of their pants. And I've seen this at cons before. I've seen this, it almost smacks of a little bit of hubris, like nothing will go wrong because
we know what we're doing, we're good.
We've done this before. So, what happened was Then there was the costume contests.
Love the contestants were awesome.
Yeah, the
Hands
contestants
down.
were awesome. But the weirdest decision that they made a decision to have the costuming, one of the judges from the costuming panel introduced, they separated it out into a competition and a showcase. And that's a good idea, really. Because
Yeah, we like that idea.
all the people who are, you are not going to get an award, don't get your hopes up. We're good. Right. That's fair. That's understandable. That's fine. But if you're going to do that, you line them up, you put their names in a teleprompter, and you have the MC read the teleprompter. You don't have them hand her a bunch of cue cards and
And then haphazardly shuffle the people onto the stage.
oh my goodness, because there were whole costumes that went up on stage and never got announced.
And for all the problems, she held herself very well. You know, she didn't pretend like nothing was happening. She'd roll with it whenever a flub happened. She did very well.
But,
so it's not on her; it's on Blizzard.
So there's that was a thing. They had, and what's funny is that this is the second time we're recording this, and I still have not remembered to grab the gentleman's name who's the voice actor for Reinhardt.
Well, he's just Reinhardt.
Yeah, just Reinhardt. But
I mean, he would. I don't think he would have any trouble with it because he loves the character and
he
he's
was actually
amazing.
He was a good MC for the rest of the stuff. I mean,
yeah, he was the presenter for BlizzCon as a whole, and probably the best one they've had ever.
Right.
Really.
So that was good. That was definitely an improvement over. In many ways, there was an up year as far as certain things, but holy crap!
Yes, no more stupid stand-up comedians, please.
Yeah, we don't need any stand-up comedians. That's kind of like we're done with that.
Will Wheaton was a good choice, but I think it just happened too far after his heyday for it to be good.
Yeah, it's like, and then we don't.
It's the choice that makes sense, but just doesn't.
I kind of like. You see, I kind of like. It's like I kind of liked what's his face, the one from The Walking Dead, the thing from The Walking Dead, but never Jay Moore. As long as we never get Jay Moore back, we'll already be in the win column for that.
And then there was the silliness of the concerts. Yeah, three musical acts, great. Good musical acts. Train, you wouldn't think, but the humor of their songs really does fit Blizzard humor. Lindsey Sterling and Hodor. So, great. And I can understand not wanting to do one big mega show with them back to back to back, but you don't have them go on stage and perform simultaneously.
Right.
Give your people an option to see two of them. Maybe somebody wants to see two of them or all three of them, but you can't.
Right.
You literally cannot. And it's like, what were you thinking? Stagger the performances. You have 2 days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they should have staggered the performances. That's a definite. Yeah,
that's just poor planning.
Right. So, okay, 1 second. This will probably have to get edited out, but I'm thinking of turning the gain down ever so slightly because we are still. I'm hoping that we're not peaking too hard. We're still peaking. This is weird. Okay, there we go. I'll hopefully edit that out and that'll be fine. Because we're redlining the audio, so I'm trying to keep that from happening. So. I mean, leave it in. Who knows? I mean, it's like it's kind of it. This is just a basically recap of what the hell's been happening.
And we're nothing if not goofy. So
yeah. So BlizzCon was and then the other thing about it was that there was an endless glorious stream of people going, what the ever living F,
just raking Blizzard through all the coals.
And they deserved it. I mean, I'm a Blizzard fanboy, and I'll be the first to say, yep, they deserved it. Every single step.
You need to know when you messed up. You need to understand when you mess up so you don't do it again. Mm-hmm. Hopefully they got the right lessons from this. Hopefully.
Hopefully. Then
we
after
had
that,
PAX Unplugged.
Yeah, PAX Unplugged. Which goes back, which will also dovetail back into the whole ZenkaiCon thing, but that's another matter.
We'll get there.
So I did, me, Cubby, and Panda decided to do all 3 days of PAX, which was exhausting. And
I just did Sunday, but I work. So.
Yeah. We didn't do, and the fun part is we didn't do a whole lot of the panels and events and stuff.
They have panels, but not a whole lot of them, I don't think.
Well, no, this year they actually had, this year they had a lot of panels, curated event types things. So I mean, if you look at the PAX Unplugged app, they had a whole bunch of things going on.
That's good.
So that was good. We didn't make it to hardly any of them. I mean, I really don't think I actually made it to any of them, but they were there, so it was nice. There. But I spent most of my time and a hell of a lot more money than I should have at the dealer's hall.
I managed to not buy anything this year.
Yay! It's like, man, I managed to buy all the things. So I got yet another Joking Hazard card signed, so I have like they keep coming. I'll keep making them sign stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the first night, there was a simultaneous event happening because it was Philadelphia Fusion Homecoming. So they were actually in Philadelphia, like probably a mile from the convention center.
Yeah.
So they
You're
drove
not
us,
walking it. I mean, I suppose you could, but you're really not walking it. I wouldn't recommend you
not
walking
this
it.
weather. I mean, if it was like spring or fall, I'd do it. But this is
But yeah, it's
I
at
know
this
it's still
cool
fall, but we got
cool
this
land
yeah, it was
place up in the north of the city.
Yep. And it was actually it was a really, really nice setup.
Mm-hmm.
We got some autographs. They remembered me, which is always a plus.
Yeah, at least half the team remembered you.
Yeah, that I tend to stand out in a crowd. You know, I actually twirled my mustache for it, and they're like, "Oh,
he
yeah,
gussied himself up.
I remember your hat." And it's like, yeah, that's like I gussied myself up. It's like it's my Philadelphia Fusion boys. I'm kind of hoping Fraggy grows out the beard again because he's not clean shaven. That would that would be a travesty.
Would be. But we were this Gritty was supposed to be there, but we missed him. Now, for those who don't know, our hockey team, Flyers, the Flyers, have not had a mascot. They didn't want a mascot. Well, the league essentially forced their hand, saying that if you don't make a mascot, we will make you a mascot. And they were going to have none of that. So they made Gritty. And I don't give two shits about sports. Esports, a little more shits. Maybe I give one shit about esports. But regular sports, I don't care. But Gritty was love at first sight. I would go to a hockey game to see Gritty.
Yeah, that was the funny part, was that everyone initially was like, "Oh my god, what the fresh hell is this?" And then immediately when the larger mass media got a hold of it and was like, look at this crazy, ugly, hideous thing that they had, we're like, "Stay away, leave our beloved Gritty alone." And they became somehow in glorious fashion.
He instantly, his memes just exploded. And I don't know if the team saw them and decided to run with it, or if they already had him designed this way. But it's like, no, Gritty, like all of his memes, if you find them, no, he's like that. Like the commercials and the ads for stuff, it's like Gritty's.
And somehow he became a poster child for Antifa. I find that gloriously Philadelphia. That's such a Philly thing to happen.
But yes, we love our Gritty, even though we don't care about our sports teams. We will always support Gritty.
So that was.
And Flyers is owned by the same people who owns the Fusion, so maybe he can be like a part-time mascot.
Yeah, well, that's what we're thinking actually. The fact that he shows up to he was showing up to their events at all is a pretty good indicator that we're probably.
I would love to see him like show up when they walk on. Have him walk on with the team during one of their matches,
right? And
have Gritty come out. Oh, that would be amazing.
Yes, there's psychological warfare for you.
Only Philly.
But so the thing is that was the first night of PAX. We had a great time. We went home. Saturday was very exhausting because it was like, the thing is, we got there relatively early and then stayed.
But he forgot his badge.
Yeah, he forgot my badge. So
I get woken up. Which is fine, but it's like, it's my badge on the kitchen table. Trundle downstairs. Yeah, it's here. It's like, okay, I'll let you know when I'm in the city.
Yeah, it's like, that was, not the way we wanted to go that day, I assure you. But,
got me out of the house, I guess.
Yeah, I picked up a whole bunch of different games that I was looking, a bunch of new games. We also did blind boxes for
the charity blind box.
The charity blind box, which helps can't remember which. It's one of the homelessness foundations, if I remember correctly. But so we got a whole bunch of games out of that. I bought a whole bunch of post Kickstarter games that seems to be getting a lot of attention on the field, as it were. The vendor hall was huge, and I think it was actually bigger this year. It was certainly better laid out
but I think it was the same room. I just think they had it set up differently.
It was on the other side of the room. Because remember,
it was flipped for one, and I think they had less space set up for the free table gaming and more for the vendors.
But did you notice that there wasn't
there was no big stage there.
There was no stage.
Yeah, last year there was a big stage.
The thing is that the reason why I keep saying it's bigger is because what we kind of keep ignoring is that there was these large areas for the big vendors, card vendor peoples, and the more, I don't know, traditional board gamey type people. They were right at the front. That wasn't there last year. Last year they were slightly further back, and there were only, I think, 3 rows wide. This year there were like 5. It was 5 rows wide by like half the damn
Yeah,
convention
definitely. They definitely had
They
more
changed,
of the dealer space.
I think it was more floor space, maybe so more so than more dealers. But I mean, now everybody and their grandparents has a gaming table. I mean, first it was Carolina and
Well, first was
Wormwood.
Geek Chic.
Well, Geek Chic, yeah. Well, we know about. Well, they don't exist anymore. So
Well, I know, but it's like Geek Chic started it, died horribly, and then everybody else, I guess, learned their lesson
and jumped in on it because there was a whole bunch of there were
at least 4 or 5 different tabletop gaming furniture companies.
Five. There were 5. If you count the guy who had the table toppers,
That's furniture.
There were at least 5. There may have been a 6th one. I'm not entirely sure.
Which is good. Competition is good for the consumer, so
Yes.
I'm not complaining.
It's just that it's that you get to Wormwood and you look at their $14,000
It's just like
table. I'm like a piece of furniture. I just can't fathom it.
No,
I don't have that kind of lottery money, man.
Like that's not even something I'd want to save up for. It's like there's other things I'd rather put my money towards than this.
And we also don't have the kind of space that requires.
We really don't. We can't do what Chew and Andrew did and actually build order their house custom and have a room designed specifically for that.
Oh, we don't have that kind of income.
Well, yeah. Here, down there, that's not that expensive.
Exactly.
I mean, they got into a new development, so they literally could order up their house. It was great.
But the thing is that that was Saturday, and then Sunday I went and picked up a couple of last remaining whatever the little bits and bobs.
Well, we wandered around with Safi and Shadow.
But I made a friend who works as an enforcer. Now I actually know a couple, maybe 3, possibly 4 enforcers for PAX Unplugged. And the one enforcer I met was telling me that I should probably consider trying to be an enforcer for PAX East,
which would be awesome,
and would definitely conflict, especially financially, with doing Zenkai-Con in any capacity, because I can't afford to lose 2 weekends of work. That's just not possible.
And it's not worth it.
So I'm going after the new experience the next year. We're going to apply to be enforcers. We already have a couple of different ins of people who know us, who know us in real life, and that might be able to. That maybe what we're doing next year is maybe being enforcers at PAX next year, which would be novel. I've done a bunch of things. I think this is one of the few things I've never actually been on. I've been staff before. I've staffed cons, but I don't think I've been like kind of in
no stormtrooper.
No star. They're part stormtrooper, part information booth, running information booth. So which is fine. That's exactly
I mean, you're moving around.
It's an ideal thought,
especially for something like PAX. Like being on a mobile staffer first PAX, that'd be awesome. I mean, you're probably not gonna be able to stop and play the games unless you're on your break or something. But it's like I honestly don't know if I want to try and wait hours in line to try somebody's game.
The other thing about it is that you can adjust your schedule accordingly because. Like even Panda could do it for PAX Unplugged next year, and not have to
take out work. I could work a late shift on Friday and then Saturday and Sunday.
Exactly. So the thing is, we're looking at that, and that's probably going to be our goal for next year is to do. We still want to do a couple of cons a year, and if it's 2 PAXs and a Dragon Con, I mean that's not a bad.
That's not so bad. I'd love to do another Anime Boston, but
we'll see if we can get ourselves. We have to drag our finances out of the complete,
out of the abyss of no end,
dumpster fire they've been in lately. But I think we're making decent progress.
Right.
The goal here was just basically to keep y'all updated as to what what our experiences have been and where we've been.
Keep ourselves on the wagon.
Yep.
Chewing along,
and trying to make this happen and not to fall apart.
Yeah, I mean, we do want to be doing other things for the channel besides just this show.
Right.
I have aspirations to actually do Let's Play again. I know the Torchlight one kind of just went, which is fine. And he wants to stream.
Yeah, I definitely want to get back. I want to get into the streaming because it also gets me into gaming regularly. Unfortunately, I have this long periods where I'm not sitting at my computer. It'd be a good excuse to sit at my computer again. Yeah, you gotta
carve out time. You gotta schedule your gaming.
Right, because the other thing is
we're adults and can't just faff about like we were when we were kids, unfortunately.
Yeah, and especially since there are 3 evenings that I'm working, so therefore I can't do the streaming that I would like. So I've got to work around what would be ideal for the non-working days so that I can actually be able to stream without also interfering with the rest of my life.
Right, that's important.
That's the other part of it, is that when you have a bunch of other partners, it's
very Full House here. No Uncle Joey. Though.
Yeah, lots of juggling, man. Lots of juggling. But we just figured this is a good update, puts you back on where we are as far as that's concerned, and if any other big news hits.
Yeah, well, it might be good to try to do little one-off vlogs here and there.
Yeah.
Not like official hat shows or anything like the update you did before.
Right.
Just here's something that happened in the news. Let's talk about it.
Exactly. And the other thing is that as when we're starting to play games, because goodness gracious, we're gonna have a whole lot of them. We're playing Super Smash Brothers right now, which is something I would never thought I would say anything out loud, because I never liked the game before that.
Soul Calibur 6 came out.
Yeah, I never. Not that I didn't like the game. I never enjoyed playing. Smash was always
for me it's like Smash in the college game room. It was melee all the time.
Right. See, I did not have that experience, because by the time I was in college, I think we're still playing tennis or something. But they still play croquet.
They had Wii tennis.
Wii tennis. I was like, little people playing tennis. But we're playing, there's also these games that I'm playing, because I have Red Dead that I had not touched since I got past the tutorial, past the intro game, because right on the heels of that,
all the stuff happened.
All the stuff. And the thing is, okay, so the other thing is, I finished, the only game I have actually finished has been God of War, which won Best Game of the Year, which was good news. But I have Spider-Man I still haven't finished, and I'm playing Smash, I'm playing Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, so even carrying my Switch around, there's only so many hours in the day.
Yeah, my goodness, most of my gaming is on the phone, but it's like at least I played all the way through the first Spyro on the Reignited trilogy.
Yeah, you got to do that. Well, we were down for Thanksgiving. We did that.
I want to strangle whoever's responsible for the flying levels in those games. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well,
hate those levels.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
We got Soul Calibur 6. We need to play some more of.
Yep.
Because we both have good memories for that. You on the Dreamcast, me at the arcade cabinet in the college.
Yeah. And that's pretty much. We've got inundated with games, and now Hades is. Hades is $20. I'm really thinking of picking it up.
That's all it is.
Yeah, it's in early access, but it's from a developer who's
actually super giant. So it's like I can. It's early access, but also they're not a developer that has a history in not being
exactly.
good.
And they have something behind them.
Their thing might not be your cup of tea,
right?
Because I think Pyre was like that for a lot of people. I haven't had a chance to actually really play it. But no, they have a really, really good track record.
And I'm looking forward to the Outer Worlds.
Yeah, it does look interesting.
It's Fallout meets
Borderlands.
Borderlands. Yeah, it's like
Border out.
Yeah, it's like
Fallands.
And Cubby mostly, because Cubby and his friend Chaz we're playing Fallout 76 for reasons.
Some reason, I don't know.
And the thing is that maybe I'll see if I can squeeze. Hey, you want to do some Let's Play footage of you waddling around after Chaz playing the game? But that's those are aspirations. Our aspirations is to get a video content regularly until we settle our schedules and schedule what the hell's going on at the house.
It'll be sporadic.
We appreciate you sticking with us this far. On that note, I think we should probably cut it.
Yeah, we should wrap it up.
2 hours long video. So
we don't want to run too long, and it's getting late. So
yeah, you need to go to work. So
yeah.
So until next time, I'm Old Man Wolfie,
and I'm Monkey Squigs,
and we'll see you.
Cha cha.